Hey, what's going on, guys? After some very difficult waiting for some restocking, I was finally able to get this kit in. Thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for getting me this kit. As always, those guys are awesome. If you guys are living in Australia, please do check out their site and support them, as they do a lot to support me and letting me show a lot of stuff here for you guys. So please do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this kit. I'm really excited about this. This box art is absolutely fantastic. I'm loving this series so far. Not in love with 100% of the mobile suit designs, but most of them are really cool. The Barbatos has definitely grown on me quite a bit. This is, of course, the 1/100 scale new Barbatos. I guess I didn't say that right off the bat. I usually say that first thing, but this is the unboxing for the 1/100 scale Gundam Barbatos. Again, I think, as everyone hopefully knows by now, this is not a master grade. This would technically be what we call as a non-grade in the West. That's not like an official title, but just due to the fact that this has no grade specified, this would then by default be a non-grade 1/100 scale kit, but quite different from the older 1/100 scale non-grade kits that we knew, which were pretty much just like upscaled high grades. I guess this one is too, because this high grade also had an inner frame, but what separates this 1/100 scale kit from previous series 1/100 scale kits is that this one does have the full inner frame. So essentially not really too different from a master grade, except it has maybe a little bit less in terms of the part separation and details, and maybe like the part count is slightly less. But I mean, essentially it's pretty much a master grade. I mean, it's just not quite there anyway. So definitely no complaints from me. It looks like an awesome kit either way, so whether it's technically a master grade or not, it doesn't really make any difference to me. It looks like an awesome kit, and that's all that matters. So this kit does come with the sword as well as the cannon. No mace though, sadly, and from what we've seen so far, we're not getting the mace in any other kit, so I don't know if we're going to get a 1/100 scale mace or what, if you might just be having to just scratch build one for yourself. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, really cool box art here for this, and the Grays, which is out this month. It's actually out 2 days from the time of me filming this video. That will be out really soon. That one also has really awesome box art. I can't wait for the 1/100 scale Gushan. That's probably one of my most anticipated kits at the moment right now. I'm really looking forward to that kit. I'm guessing that's going to be a larger size box, and really looking forward to what that box art's going to look like. So just really cool here. And one thing that I do want to show you here on the bottom is pretty funny, actually. This text here on the bottom I found is quite comical. I'll read it here for you just in case you can't read it. The 1/100 scale plastic model series offers a lineup of characters that appear in the TV series of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Their assembly is simple, yet the inner frame and movements of various joints are faithfully reproduced to allow the mobiles to strike the same pose as in the animation. It is a series that is sure to fascinate all fans. So, had a little trouble getting through a little bit of broken English there, but kind of interesting text there. Like the last part especially. It is a series that is sure to fascinate all fans. Yeah, sure. On the top and bottom here, we just got the front cover art repeated there. And this is 01 in the line, so I wonder how high that number is going to get, but I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. On the left side here, right side, left side, right side, anyway, we've got a front and back image of the kit, what it looks like all painted up. The 1/100 scale version also is slightly different in terms of the proportions from the HG, so that is something to consider if you're considering which one you want to get. Maybe you want to consider which one has the proportions that are a little bit more to your taste. Then here we've got a bit about the Gundam frame, and speaking of the Gushan, as we've recently seen, the HG Gushan is not having like a full inner frame quite like this, even though it's technically supposed to, canonically. But I wonder if the 1/100 scale version is going to be using this frame. Now obviously it will have to be slightly changed just due to like the much larger chest and just the way that the Gundam is situated. But I wonder if it's going to still try to use this frame, just a slightly different orientation of stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, so here's just showing a bit about how with the armor is like cast off there, and how some of the movements there, all the gimmicks about that. On the other side, we've got some action poses. Gundam looking pretty derpy there with this hammer, not the hammer, got the Gushin on the mind. The cannon, and then the head, yeah, it looks kind of really derpy there. So we'll have to work on a different, better pose than that. For the hands as well, finally we get some open hands, which is nice. These fingers also seem more pointed. The HG fingers were slightly pointed, but not really all that noticeable. These ones are definitely more noticeable, which is good. Then here we've got just a little bit about the Gundam itself, as well as the mobile suit pilot, and then 2,500 yen here for the price. So pretty cool price as well, considering if it was technically a master grade and it had just a little bit more to it, it'd be more expensive. First bag here is going to have our sticker sheet, more stickers than the HG, which is not really too exciting, but a lot of those are going on the inner frame actually. Here's some white parts. Obviously we're going to have quite a few of those. Our one green part for the eyes, and a couple of black parts there for the parts of the legs, I think. Our polycaps, and then here's some of our inner frame runners, or probably all of the inner frame there for the most part anyway. And then last runner is just some more inner frame, it looks like, as well as our weapons. So there's all of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the manual now. On the front we've just got our same box art here, repeated again. On the back, just again, same kind of stuff we saw on the outside of the box here. Weapons and mechanism. And then here at the bottom is our painting guide. So there's that. If we open it up, I'm not sure how this is going to be situated. Character and mechanism, just again some more bio about the character and the Gundam. Again, showing about the inner frame. Here's our parts list. Looks like we're going to be using everything, including all of the polycaps. So yeah, not one part wasted on this, which is good. If we check it out here, it's cool, kind of interesting. I saw this on HobbyLink TV when they showed off this kit. The center part here shows the Gundam. It shows which part you're building. So I believe we build like all the frame first, then go back and put on all the armor, which is kind of interesting. So we're building here, it looks like the body frame. It looks like we're building the torso first, even though this part looks like we're building like the head and the arms, but it's the torso apparently. Building the torso first, then the head, then the arms. Then putting all of that together, the upper half of the frame, and then the waist frame, the leg frame, all of that. Then putting all the frame together. Then we're going to move into putting on the armor. So it looks like we're putting on armor on the chest first, which has actually very little armor on the chest. There's only a handful of armor pieces on there, and the same for the head as well. It's quite minimally armored. Then fold out this. Then we're doing the armor, and then followed by the leg armor, and finally the waist armor. Flipping it around, then we're going to just build up the backpack. Again, also very simple. Then the weapons, the sword, just two pieces there. The cannon, which looks slightly better than the HG version, but it is still using the same white stickers. Really disappointing we didn't get a couple of white parts for those. That's disappointing, but you know, paint shouldn't be a problem. Then hopefully this mechanism works better than the high grade too. It works fine on the high grade, but these ball joints just come out a little bit too easily for me. Hopefully these are a little bit more secure. And then posing it up like that, and that's it. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the runners. First things first is our foil sticker sheet. And like I said, we do have quite a lot of these, but you have to remember that this is basically a lot of the same stickers that we saw for the high grade, as well as the stickers for the cannon, which was a separate set, as well as a few stickers here that are going on the inner frame. So yeah, it's more, but they're not all like going on the Gundam itself, sort of on the outside of the Gundam. Anyway, it's kind of interesting that we're putting stickers on the inner frame. I think that's definitely the first time that I've ever seen that. I'm not sure if that's ever been a case with any other Gundam kit before. I don't think I've seen it, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Anyway, so interesting, but again, if you're going to be painting, you're not going to need these at all. And I think most of these color apps would be very, very easy to paint. just so with very minimal masking required, so not really going to be too much of a use for these anyway. PC 212 here for our polycaps. Safe to say this is a brand new runner of polycaps, as the marking on the back is 2015, of course. These are like the high grade, molded in this same kind of like dark brownish gray color, not just the regular kind of polycap gray. In pretty typical Bandai fashion, the A runner here is molded in multicolors, so we've got a bunch of our white armor parts, the parts that are not going to be doubled, so like on the head and torso and waist section. And then of course our yellow parts there for the V-fin and some vents, the red parts for the feet, the crotch and chin, and then blue parts for the chest and the elbows. These runners are going to be labeled 1/100 Gundam Barbatos. That's it, just pretty simple, 1/100 Gundam Barbatos. Runner B is going to be our white armor parts that are going on the areas that are doubled, so on the legs and arms, as we do have two B runners. Just one note about the arms, this kit does not come with the gauntlet arm like the HG did. I believe that those parts are going to be included with the Grays kit, so if you wanted to have this with the gauntlet arm, then I think you need to buy the Grays kit. I believe, if I remember correctly, that from the promo images, that's what we've seen. Runner C1 is obviously a bunch of our inner frame parts here. You can see parts for the legs, the feet, the hips, and other things like that there. These runners are in the same kind of dark brownish gray, again like the high grade and like the polycaps. This runner is marked 1/100 scale IBO Gundam Frame 1, so we can imagine we are going to be seeing this frame in future kits. And again, same story here for runner C2, just more inner frame parts. Runner D is a very large runner here. We can see just more inner frame parts as well as our hands, parts for inner frame of the head and waist, other sections like that. I believe that's a thigh or upper arm, something like that over there as well. Anyway, more inner frame. And just a small little E1 runner here. These parts are in black for the parts for one in the crotch, and the other ones are for the side armor, side skirt armor, one for the backpack, I believe, and then these ones here for the sides of the leg. And then we have runner E2 as well, which is just this one little piece here for the eyes. Interestingly, no clear piece for the eyes. This is what we kind of normally get in a lot of high grades and master grades. But this one has just gone with just a green piece, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And last but certainly not least, a very large F runner here with our parts for the cannon and the sword. Very, very large there, so it's going to be really cool to see this when it's all built and all put together. So that's it for the runners. So that's going to be it for unboxing the 1/100 scale Gundam Barbatos. Looks like an awesome kit. I think we've got a lot more parts for the inner frame than for the armor on the outside, so that's a good sign. Definitely looking forward to building this guy up. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions, comments, leave those down below. Otherwise, you know the drill. I'll see you guys in the review. Bye-bye.